JRPGs are one of the most challenging gaming genres to get into. Many of them are filled with complex battle mechanics or long, frequent cutscenes. In the rare case that a JRPG receives mainstream acclaim, such as Persona 5, it is common for people to be daunted by the sheer length of the main story and the amount of battle mechanics that need to be taught. Since some of the games I plan to cover on this channel will be JRPGs, I thought I'd create a video with recommendations for the genre for those who are unsure of where to start. The games I chose are based on a few criteria. First, they have to be relatively accessible on modern platforms. That means I won't be suggesting some long-forgotten PlayStation 1 game that scalpers charge an obscene amount of money for on sites like eBay. I'm also going to recommend games that take less than 30 hours to complete on average and aren't too challenging. With that out of the way, let's get started. My first pick is the original Paper Mario. Released on the Nintendo 64 in 2001, the game has a charming paper book art style and a more fleshed out story compared to other Mario games. Sure, it's the old Princess Peach kidnapped plot, but along the way Mario meets a multitude of eccentric characters to help him on his quest. There's Goombario, a Mario superfan that happens to be a Goomba, a spoiled wealthy Boo named Booette, and a sassy cheat sheep named Sushi, just to name a few. The game is divided into 8 chapters, each with a distinct setting and scenario for the player to complete. While they're not as different from each other as the game's sequel, The Thousand-Year Door, the chapters in the original Paper Mario are still a pleasant surprise for new players. My main reason for recommending the game is the combat. Like many other RPGs, the combat is turn-based, but whenever the player selects an attack, an action is displayed on the screen and the player has to press the buttons or move the analog stick accordingly to deal more damage. When an enemy attacks, the player can also press the A button at the right time to guard against it and lower the amount of damage Mario or his friends take. The player can also choose which stat to update upon leveling up, and add items called badges to add new attacks to Mario's arsenal. These keep the battles engaging even for people who typically find turn-based combat boring. The game's modest difficulty should also prevent newcomers from getting stuck or being too frustrated. Original cartridges go for quite a bit of money now, but the game is easily accessible through the Nintendo Switch Online Nintendo 64 app. My next pick is more obscure but well worth playing. It's Lunar Silver Star Remastered. Featuring well-animated 90s style anime cutscenes and a charming mid-ice soundtrack, the game is a nice time capsule of JRPGs from the Golden Age. Combat is straightforward. Enemies in the player's party fight on a battlefield that the characters can move around when attacking. Some attacks only hit one enemy, while others can hit multiple enemies if they are close by. Like in other games, every attack and spell except the basic attack consumes MP and the player must be wary of not running out of it. There is some grinding in the game needed to finish difficult bosses. Still, regular enemies are generally easy to deal with and the battle speed-up feature makes the process far less time-consuming. Restoring HP and MP is as simple as walking up to a statue in any town, so there's no need to worry about spending all your in-game currency on hotel stays. There are no type charts to memorize and the game is very generous with in-game currency, so buying better equipment or healing items is relatively easy. After a certain point, even MP restoring items can be easily purchased at some shops. Whenever I played the game, it felt like a grand journey despite its relatively short length, and watching the characters grow throughout was a joy. The remaster is available on virtually every modern platform bundled with its sequel. For $25 each, it's a decent deal. Finally, for those seeking something more action-oriented, I recommend Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time. The game is essentially what Animal Crossing would be like if it were also an action RPG. In this game, you play as a character customized yourself and explore a mysterious island in the distant past. You could choose from one of over a dozen classes, or limes as the game calls them, and improve your rank by fighting enemies or doing missions specific to your class. Combat is as simple as using a dodge button, a weak attack button, and a strong attack button. There are no complex combo systems or heavy item management needed to fight in the game. If you don't like one class, you can switch to another one easily. The story is lighthearted and straightforward, with comedic dialogue throughout. The series also features a fantastic game on the 3DS, but the sequel is much more fleshed out and easy to find in physical stores. It even features multiplayer. I hope this video introduced you to a game or two you might like. If this video performs well enough, I may create additional recommendation videos on indie platformers or other genres alongside my typical mini reviews. If you have any constructive feedback for the video, feel free to let me know in the comments. Farewell and goodbye.